You've been squatting consistently for months, maybe longer, and your legs still look almost exactly the same as when you started. That's not a motivation problem. That's not a genetics problem. That's a technique problem. And the worst kind, because it feels completely right while it's happening. Here's what nobody tells you. The most common squat mistake isn't going too shallow or rounding your back. It's something way more subtle than that. And by the end of this video, you'll never squat the same way again. Pay attention to this part, because there are actually two things most people get completely wrong. One of them is obvious once you see it. The other one surprises almost everyone. Picture this. You walk into the gym, you load the bar, you set your feet. You go down, you come back up. Feels solid, feels controlled. You've done this 100 times. But here's the problem. At some point during that movement, your body quietly found a shortcut, and your nervous system loved it so much it made that shortcut automatic. Now you're not really squatting anymore. You're performing a movement that looks like a squat, but your legs are doing maybe 60% of the actual work. The rest is being picked up by your lower back, your hips, and your momentum. This is why your progress stopped. Not because you quit, not because you're weak, because your body got efficient at cheating, and efficient is the enemy of growth.
Most people don't realize this is happening because the weight still moves, the reps still get done. Everything looks fine from the outside, but your quads, your glutes, the muscles you actually came to build, they're barely getting touched. I want to tell you about a guy I worked with. He'd been squatting for almost 2 years, 3 days a week, never missed a session. His squat numbers went up steadily, but his legs barely changed. He came to me frustrated, thought he needed a new program, thought he needed to eat more, thought something was wrong with him specifically. We watched a video of him squatting. First rep looked fine. By the third rep, his chest was diving forward. By the fifth, his hips were shooting up first before the rest of his body followed. His lower back was doing most of the pulling. We made one adjustment, just one, and within 6 weeks, his legs had more visible development than in the previous 2 years combined. That one change is what I'm going to give you right now. Here's the lie you've been told about squats. Go heavy and go deep, and the results will come. That sounds logical. That's exactly why so many people stay stuck. Think about it like driving a car with a flat tire. You can press the gas as hard as you want. You can drive for hours. But if the tire isn't right, you're not going anywhere efficiently. You're just wearing down the car. Heavy squats with a broken pattern don't build legs. They build compensation. They build tightness. And eventually, they build injury. The goal isn't to move the weight. The goal is to make your legs move the weight. That's a completely different intention. And intention changes everything about how your body responds.
So here's what's actually going wrong and what to do about it. The first problem is your weight distribution. Most people squat with the pressure drifting toward their toes as they come down. The moment that happens, your quads shut off as the primary driver and your lower back takes over to keep you from falling forward. You feel it as a lean. Your chest drops. Your hips rise faster than your shoulders on the way up. The fix is simple. Before you even unrack the bar, press your feet into the floor like you're trying to spread the ground apart. Not just down, out. Keep that pressure through your whole foot, especially your heel, through the entire rep. That one cue keeps your quads engaged from the bottom to the top. But wait, that's only half of it. Here's what nobody tells you about the part that actually determines whether your muscles grow. The second problem is your speed, specifically how fast you drop down. Most people descend too quickly and bounce out of the hole. That bounce is momentum. Momentum means your muscles didn't have to create force. No force created means no signal sent to grow. Here's the contrast. Take 3 full seconds to lower yourself. Not 1, not 2, 3. Slow, controlled, deliberate. Feel your legs actually working against gravity. Then drive back up with intent. The difference in muscle activation between a fast, uncontrolled squat and a slow, deliberate one is massive. Your legs will shake. That's the point. That's the signal your body needs. This tiny detail changes everything, and most people miss it completely because the weight feels easier to move fast. 3 things you can do today. First, drop the weight. Not forever, just until your pattern is clean. You're not losing progress. You're actually starting to make real progress for the first time. Second, add that 3-second descent on every single rep. Set a rhythm in your head. Count it out. Don't rush the bottom. Third, record yourself from the side. You don't need a coach. You need honest feedback. Watch where your chest goes. Watch where your hips go. Watch whether your heels stay down. That video will show you more than months of guessing.
Here's what I want you to walk away with. The squat is not complicated, but it is honest. It will always tell you the truth about whether you're actually training your legs or just going through a motion and calling it a workout. You've probably been working hard this whole time. That part isn't the problem. The problem is that hard work applied to the wrong pattern just gives you a very efficient wrong pattern. Fix the pattern. Drop the ego weight. Slow it down. Your legs will respond in a way they haven't in a long time, because for the first time, they'll actually be doing the work. If this made you rethink how you've been squatting, drop a comment below. Tell me what you noticed about your own form. And if you want more of this kind of breakdown, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from. The difference isn't how hard you train, it's what you stop doing. Fix the habit first. The muscles will follow.